nation, Blamo, and my giving. We are going to do a song entitled Peace Like Everyone. This song was written by a great man of God who was tempted by a queen of Israel, wife and children. But all inclusive, it is well with my soul. When they take away someone we love or who love you, it is go to speak to someone to care for you, and not in our case, all we can say, it is well with our soul. We are from the circle of nation, Blamo, and my giving. We are going to do a song entitled Peace Like Everyone. This song was written by a great man of God who was tempted by a queen of Israel, wife and children. But all inclusive, it is well with my soul. When they take away someone we love or who love you, it is go to speak to someone to care for you, and not in our case, all we can say, it is well with our soul. We are from the circle of nation, Blamo, and my giving. We are going to do a song entitled Peace Like Everyone. This song was written by a great man of God who was tempted by a queen of Israel, wife and children. But all inclusive, it is well with my soul. When they take away someone we love or who love you, it is go to speak to someone to care for you, and not in our case, all we can say, it is well with our soul.
They say the evil in man does live after him, but the good is often tear with his boot. So let it be with Caesar. And what for Clipper? If for Clipper, my people tired suffering. We need a change. Listen, You not need to tell me what's happy. I can see it in your eye, no something happy. I can see it. You're not talking, but your heart talking. Telling me you're hungry, you're not getting nothing. You're bold, you can't afford. Some of your life more than dig hole and cover hole. Some of your lost you the civil war. Some of your breadwinners sitting home, government said no job. You're fed up with the hard living. Just to survive, some of your inner in the street baking. You call the people who's up to help you. Who you're putting for? Look at how they think about you. They lie. They're not finished with the poverty reduction strategy. They lie to your division 2030. So empty. So Kale and give it. At the end, they defeat all of your improperty. Calamity. I wish I was a millionaire. And someone there I know and Ryan, let me make it clear. Instead of Johnny politics, I will build horses. Get loans to the poor so they can pay taxes. Yeah.
Make you lead it, I know. Make you lead it, I know.
Let's see. Come on.
You get mob, you can't tell your folk can't even walk. Tell me, people hating you because you
handicap. Why you gotta make handicap? Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
What if I said it for those who disability? Then come and say they reopen the school.
Oh, right. Hungry people go to school. Job to the jobless, hope to the hopeless, homeless. If the people let the 60 and make it west, now they come and making even about a cup of rest.
One man in more than 3 positions. They same thing they were against when they were opposition. You tell me what we leading.
All right. Today is another beautiful day. That's how I would like to welcome all of our esteemed followers to the Humanity Conversation. I would like to start by saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, based on your location, wherever you're watching from. My name is Morrison, Dassin, and this is the Humanity Conversation. The Humanity Conversation is a podcast that highlights major human interest stories and development in Liberia and other parts of the world. Amadu, your feedback. Please mute your mic. I would like to apologize for Amadu. Yeah, would like to apologize for the feedback. So I would like to welcome you again to the Humanity Conversation. Today is another great day. Today is Tuesday, the 14th of October, 2025. And my name is Morrison Dassin Jr. I'm serving a co-host on our random discussion segment. The host, Aloysius SSJ Jr., will join us shortly with the rest of the other panelists. So what do we have today for our discussion point? Today we'll be discussing on the difficulty faced by orphanage homes in running schools for disadvantaged kids in Liberia. Yeah, so if you just joined in, I would like to say welcome to the Humanity Conversation. We'll take a few minutes of our team song and we'll get back. We're going to go straight into our conversation with the rest of the panelists. So please stay tuned with us.
So they think they got peace and justice, nothing for the poor. To be a money, they want you sell your soul. Either you cross the road or you bend down low. All Allah, I pray that my people rise. That one day God will show they get all of them cry. Allah, when we could lead it, I know. We could lead it, I know.
When I see my country blessed with all the natural resources, and yet instead I see my people living in abject poverty, then I question myself, where have we gone wrong? I just wish I had the power to share the national cake, so everybody can have a taste.
Our esteemed customers, Express, a company based in Minnesota. Today, we'd like to take this time to talk to you about our airfare service that we've been promoting on Facebook that allows you back home to be able to buy stuff on major US online stores such as eBay, Amazon, Walmart, and have it shipped to our address, and then we process it and have it shipped back to you back in Nigeria. That service also provides opportunity for people even in the US, in other states, to buy stuff for the people back home in Nigeria, use our address, have it shipped to us, and then we package them and send it to the people in Liberia. So a lot of you have been having some questions, so we just want to show you how this works. And for example, we have some packages here. If you see here, this customer is Nathaniel Bobson. He used our address here, Nathaniel Bobson. So he used our address 9325 Pressville Lane. So he bought these things online and they were shipped to us and we received them. These are all Amazon packages. This one was also bought on Amazon. This is one of our regular customers. This is Lincoln Morris. So he bought using our address. So you see Lincoln Morris, whether be
And everywhere
Ship
I've
Express,
applied,
whether
they're
C,
asking me for
and
10
use our
years experience. And that is impossible.
All right. What's up with you, my dear brother and friend Amadu? What's up? What's up from your end, bro? Welcome to the conversation.
Yeah, yes, I'm breathing and I'm healthy. I want to say I'm grateful, and I want to say thanks to our audience that are always waiting to see how best we can run this show together. I believe that this is not only about the panelists because the audience is there. Once we comes on the show when we have nobody viewing, neither following, I don't think we'll continue. So I believe that effort is something that should be appreciated. And thanks to them for joining us again. And today going to be a great show because anything that have to do with humanity is something that I do have passions for because I know what suffering is. I know what tough time is. I felt everything. You think that any other person on this earth fair, like someone would say, I enjoy life and suffer, and suffer and also enjoy life. So it's great to be here, and I love the topic. Let's see how best we, the panelists, see how best we can discuss this. Because we'll have to keep talking. Our voice need to be here. So it's great to be here. And guys, I'm happy to see you all again.
All right, thank you so much, Amadu. Welcome to the conversation, Gabriel.
Yeah, thank you, and good evening to both of you and to our listeners too. Good evening. Thank you.
Okay, so today we will be discussing the difficulty faced by orphanage home in running schools for disadvantaged kids in Liberia. So today we want to hear from each and every one of you based on your own view or recommendation that you guys may have to put forth to the Liberian people, most especially to our government, to see how best they can look into some of these things. So basically, this is a topic that we'll be discussing on today: the difficulty faced by orphanage homes in running schools for disadvantaged kids in Liberia. So this discussion is broad, and we will appreciate and all of our followers who are following us to at least contribute to this discussion so that we can find solution or recommendation to our leaders or other people, other stakeholders in our country to try to do some of these things that can at least help this orphanage home in our country to make these children that live within this orphanage home to get quality education. So we are looking forward to all of our esteemed followers to also contribute to the discussion. You can drop your comment in the comment section. If you want to come live, the link is in the comment section. You can just click on the link. You see the bars open in front of you. You just write your name, and we're going to bring you live, and then we can have this in the discussion and smoothly, and then we move forward. So, gentlemen, again, once more, I would like to say welcome to the Humanity Conversation, our random discussion segment for Tuesday. So we'll be on the show while we are with the host Aloysius to join us, so we can pick up from there. So Amadu, we want to start with you. Anybody can start. Before we start, so let me just go. Let me just give little research that I did about some of these schools and some of these home in Liberia. Yeah, so in Liberia there are several orphanage homes that not only provide shelter, care, but also offer education opportunity. And yeah, some notable orphanage home with schools in Liberia. They have some orphanage home that are having schools in Liberia. So mainly, what our discussion was centered around someone mic on. Gabriel, please mute your mic, please.
Sorry, sorry.
Yeah, so like I was saying, there are a lot of orphanage home in Liberia that operate schools. But how are these orphanage home managing to operate these schools while they are there taking care of children that they are not getting money from, or the government is not giving them subsidies to take care of these children, and they are operating these schools in the orphanage home just to make sure that these children get quality education. And some of them are even paying instructors that coming outside of the orphanage home to go there and teach these children. So basically, these are things that we thought of, and we decided to talk about it and see how best we can find solution or a recommendation to the government. So there are lists of orphanage home in Liberia that I have in my possession that operate schools. So based on these lists, at least if we call these some of these names, and we noted our stakeholders probably they will come across this video, or probably some of them will be watching, can kindly reach out to some of these orphanage home and ask them on the challenges that they face with in terms of operating these schools within this orphanage home. So they get the Children Rescue International, the CRR, the CRR operate a children home school vocational training program and medical clinic in Liberia, focusing on caring for orphan children until they are adopted, foster, or live as independent adults. They are also partner with impoverished neighboring family to improve support and education. So if you notice the Children Rescue International, they are not just in they are not just orphanage home that just accept children who are being abandoned or who don't have parents. They also try to educate them, try to give them a career skill that if they having to go on their own, they will be able to live by it. So I think these are some of the orphanage home that the government actually need to look at to see how best they can give full fundings to this orphanage home to make sure that they continue to do what they are doing. And then they get a Hardhu orphan home located in Zwanatan. This orphanage home was established to care for Liberian children and youth who were identified as abandoned or orphaned due to Ebola or Liberian civil war. Their heart would remain with extended family who receive a smaller padam school fees for children they care for. So you see the other orphanage home, the Hardwood. So while they are involved into, they decide to embark on this journey to say, oh yes, let's try to take care of children through the Ebola crisis. Let's try to take care of children that are being abandoned by parents or children that we found during the war. Let's try to take care. I don't have parents, and they are doing extremely well. So how can these people continue doing what they are doing? Yeah. So, for example, you look at the video that I play here, the video I play at the beginning of the live broadcast, that lake here there sinking, I know it is well with your soul. That's that identical lake. She stay in an orphanage home in Liberia called the Peter W. Cyclone Orphanage Home on Mangibi Highway. So if you notice the Peter W. Cyclone Orphanage Home, due to report from the extended hands like your family when they went there to do their sightseeing, and they had an opportunity to interact with the caretaker of that orphanage home, and the man said that the Peter W. Cyclone Orphanage Home, they try their best at least to attach school to the orphanage home so that the children there can be able to learn something and become somebody tomorrow, because they don't have the hand to send the children out of the orphanage home to go to school. So based on that, they have to attach school within the orphanage home. But there is the challenge that they are faced with. If you see the school is the roof over the school. At first, I think they did roofing, and a heavy storm came and took away the roof. Since it going to 1 year now, 1 year plus now since the storm took away the roof, up to now, that orphanage home still facing difficulty for children to learn. So I think they get have been able to do something about it. So I think they get have been able to do something about it. So I think they get have been able to do something about it. So I think they get have been able to do something about it. So I think they get have been able to do something about it. So I think they get have been able to do something about it. So I think they get have been able to do something about it. So I think they get have been able to do something about it. So I think they get have been able to do something about it. So I think they get have been able to do something about it. So I think they get have been able to do something about it. So I think they get have been able to do something about it. So I think they get have been able to do something about it. So I think they get have been able to do something about it. So I think they get have been able to do something about it. So I think they get have been able to do something about it. So I think they get have been able to do something about it. So I think they get have been able to do something about it. So I think they get have been able to do something about it. So I think they get have been able to do something about it. So I think they get have been able to do something about it. So I think they get have been operating only 2 classes because the other side of it, the roof have been taken away by the storm. So they looking for help. They asking people for assistance, and you see, knowing fully well that they having representatives, they having senators, they having other stakeholders who reside in this country, but they don't even have time to go to some of these places then to ask these people. These people are doing some of these things, and my brother, they're running this orphanage home. Some of them doing it because of the love they have for children, and they feel that seeing children just roaming around the street who don't have parents, and kind of a helpful for them. So they decide to embark on some of these things. But other people just take it to be nothing. In other developed world, government pay attention to these kind of people, the government pay attention to them. But in our setting, the country we find ourselves, everything is just on the wrong page. Seriously, up to now, that orphanage home, if you I don't know if I have the video yet. I need just to display it. Probably if my hand get on the video, I will try to see it. Yeah. Seriously, if you see the roof, how the roof looking, bro. Up to now, that orphanage home. And they extended hands like your family and wanted to send I think two other scholarship students to that school. But when they went there, and then the people in the community said, "Oh, the school not operating, because if you see the school share the roof, the school don't have roof, so they eventually allowed to just say the school operating." So we were like, "What going on?" So why the extended hands like your family trying to do at least to go back there and give a few bundle of zinc to them so that at least they can try to cover that place. But bro, there are a lot of orphanage homes that are going through serious challenges. If you go in, if you go to the Glorious Children Orphanage, the Glorious Children Orphanage Home in Grand Cape, County, St. J, the old man said the same old thing there, Amadu. The old man said the same thing, that they're facing challenges when it comes to sending the children to school. Sometimes they don't even have the finance to make the children to leave from the orphanage home to go out to go learn. So instead, they try to incorporate school in the orphanage home, and they try to some of the children that went through the rank and file through the orphanage home that got big. They are the same people that they're teaching the other kids that are coming out. So you see some of the kind of things the people going through is very terrible for them. What can the government do? What our stakeholders or people reside in a constituents like the in a various district or counties? What are they going to do in the kind of a situation in Amadu and Blamo? What are things that you guys feel that you can add up to the discussion so that people out there following can contribute to these people?
Yeah, thank you, Morrison. Thanks so much for the details on those orphanages in our country. One thing I want to tell our audience following here, orphans are human like us. They deserve better. They deserve every good thing that we think a country can offer. Now, we should have a government system where they should be responsible for the citizen who elected them, who was in the sun, in the rings, in every town, chanting all of the battlegrounds. Because one of the things that those people were doing is because government promised them a better life conditions. If we have a space where we have a system put in place, that every sector should be prioritized, not only the sector that say it's time for election, we put money there, or the sector that say we go for constitutional break for recess or agricultural break, we put money there. If we believe that the livelihood of every Liberian citizen is something that we believe that it should be an equal opportunity, no matter if you don't have mother, if you don't have father. You see those orphanage homes that hold the case, to take care of your own case, it's quite expensive. I'm not talking about you take group of children from different backgrounds, different parents, different religion, different cultures, bring them together in order to make them a better person in society. It's expensive and require patience and the mind to do that. You will be willing and you have a human heart. First thing I want to say, congratulations to those people who have taken those initiative, right? To say, let me have an orphanage. That alone, God should be blessing you for that. That alone, I believe that you have a human heart because it's not an easy thing to take people children and take care of them, even your own kids. I've gone to many orphanage homes in Liberia. I see the life they are living there. It's quite terrible. It's something that none of us would be pleased to live. And like I said from the beginning, every one of us on this platform has tasted everything you think life should show up. Difficulty comes. Even coroners are speaking, things are not easy, but then it's much better than people in the orphanage home that have to sleep without a roof. It is much better than people in the orphanage home that daybreak there's no hope to eat. My own is much better that I can call any of you on the platform and say, please help me 200, 300 I'll be able to get it. But other people in this orphanage have have no level of connections. Every day that comes, it's just a matter of hope they eat at the orphanage. Some of those places they eat one time. We all know what hunger is. Even currently, if I was hungry, I couldn't come on the platform. Because when I'm hungry, I don't know how to talk. Like in the morning, sometimes before I go to the classroom, I can be clear. As I mean, take my first pay. Because definitely, if I don't put something in my mouth, I go to the class, that energy will not be there to teach. So I'm not talking about someone who have no hope. When they pray, they don't even hoping of eating. Somebody often will eat one time. The people who take them there have already done their best. Pay place, put them there. But the feeding alone is one of the most expensive things in the orphanage. What can we do this difficulty fix in this orphanage home? Especially those kids that have nobody that can bring food at the orphanage home to them, no empty. Because at the end of the day, when you lost your both parents, it depends on the extended family. And those extended family are no longer around to come and help. You go to the orphanage home, they put a take care of these children, they will tell you that we eat one time. Sometimes we don't even eat, we eat gari, we drink water and sleep, just walking. Imagine how that help is. You don't eat good, your health is something concerned. If you don't eat well, you don't have a better living place, your health is something concerned. Some of them sleep in an open roof. When I say open roof, I'm saying the place open and rain can be there, right? It's just a roof up the hill, and then the room is just big, mosquitoes there, the cold breeze blow anytime, and somebody get sick. It gets so terrible to the extent nobody to help. Often we should have hospital, let's say clinic. Often we should have safe drinking water. Often we should have electricity and school. These four essential things should be the orphanage. Or these five essential things: yes, a better living place, a better shelters. They should be able to eat at least 2 times a day. They should have a school to attend, and they should have safe drinking water and also electricity. Who providing them? Nobody. People who organize the orphanage want to hope that the Christian community can go there, Muslim community can go there, or humanitarian organizations can go there and see how best they can help them. And those humanitarian organizations that go there and help, it is not continual process. They have other orphanages to help. What can the government do? Firstly, you need to know how many orphanages in Liberia. Make sure these orphanages are sincerely running this program the right way, because some of these people may be opening because for just for a game. Now, get them listed on any of the appropriate ministry that are responsible for it, making sure that to provide them subsidy or provide them everything you think they need. Because if you sort that then at the end of the day, maybe you only do it 1 time, 2 times, and then you're not going back there and be fine. Make sure it's a priority that every year, all of the orphanage home, for example, will give them 10,000 dollars. Those money we talk about is not no money for government. Government generates funds every day for revenue. Government get many ways to get money. The kind of money that government pay government officials, if only they can cut down 5% of their salary, that's a good money that will go to charity. But they are not interested in it. Now there are many people have been talking about this orphanage. They already talk to me. Are tired. They shut up. Even we ourselves will continue talking. We can do our own a little help, but it will not reach to the level in which that they need. They need to sleep in a safe environment. They need education. When they are educated, they will come back to the orphanage and be able to help their brothers at there. There are orphanage homes in this country that produce leaders. There are orphanage homes in this country that produce scholars. There are orphanage homes in this country that produce one of the best brain that Laboratory can talk about. And someone that came out the highway, we all know. We all know they came out the highway. Even those of us that have the little means, how tough it is. There's somebody who don't depend on anything at all. Only hoping that when Gabriel will find food or will not find food. When the rain is falling, we'll sleep either on a rain or we'll sleep in the lake corner or squeeze ourselves. It's so disheartening how our people see people in orphanage differently. The only time they are interested in those people is during elections. Clearly, 2028, 2027, before 2029, you will see them back to the
Yeah, come here.
telling us that if you vote me, I will make this state one of the best ever. Very soon you're going to see that. Interestingly, they will not come back when they win. They lose, they become a worst enemy. They feel they want to make them lose. Because when they become representatives, they have nothing to take to the parliament, nothing at all. The only debate that is there is very these are reality. When we ask them to say you are not into the system, that's the reason you're speaking this way. But you are in the trenches for votes. You are the orphanage. The fact system government for Barry doing campaign. Now you are a representative. Why is it private that you cannot provide anything? It is not expensive. The representative become expensive. When you're not representative, you're not expensive. You could go there every day. Even when they call you, you'll be the first. You'll be the first to make sure and go there. But today, you're not around. My brother, the people in the orphanage deserve a better life. I will stop here for now and other panelists can come in.
All right. So thank you so much, Amadu. I would like to welcome Aloysius Chea.
Yeah, and Amadu,
Mr. Chea,
thank you,
Mr. Chea, welcome to the
you spoke
conversation.
well, and Mr. Chea, welcome to also to our discussion as usual. All right, so
Yes,
Blamo, just hold on. Let Chea come in before you can come. Yeah, Mr. Chea, welcome to the conversation.
yeah, thank you. Like I said, it's good to be here today. And, we have men, we have soldiers, we have intellectuals always on the program. And that alone makes it interactive. So it's good to be here today. And I'm glad to form part of this discussion. Just, when I saw the write up, these are things that are really hampering our society. And these are things that worth our comments. So I'm glad to be here today to at least get my own little point of view on all of the things that are happening.
All right. So thank you so much, Phil. Thank you for joining us. So Blamo, you can come in.
all right, so and as I was saying, and I also want to say a big thank you to those and group of individuals or those individuals who have taken it as their as a duty, right? As a duty to actually form an orphanage home which will help and disadvantaged children who parents have passed and they need to be and keep up to the society, right? And especially those orphanage homes we have included schools. Because after all, after these children are grown up, they will come into the larger society. They have to be equipped in order to face or in order to face the challenges that life those after the orphanage homes that they are in, right? And to be trained, it is very difficult. It is very difficult. Just imagine for we that are outside, right? We that are outside that have the chance to go and hustle, that have the chance to lobby around one or two friends and one or two relatives. And it is difficult for us. So what about those that are in the orphanage homes? So the major issues that they are faced with, the major issue that they are faced with, one of the major issues that they are faced with is the issue of finance, right? Because it is
with the network. I hope we and go out and come back and see how best we can get him better.
Yeah, so Blamo, you can just go, you can just leave the studio and come back, please. Just leave the studio and come back. Yeah, so while we are with Blamo, Amadu, look at this picture on the screen. Look at the picture on the screen, brother.
Yeah.
Look at the picture. Look at the picture on the screen.
You
You actually think that it's kind of a place a human being supposed to be sleeping. Look at the children sleeping place, Amadu. Look at the children sleeping place. See how terrible it is. They're passing down, they're passing around there and we're going for the other retreat, going for the other one, going for the other one. Bro,
everything that goes for money is in it. Everything that goes for money is in it. And you see no impact. Zero on the country.
then they wanna really care to me. I went on general ministry and official page, and then I saw something called I don't know Operation Zero children selling and street selling, and I was like, damn. So you guys can come up. They just strategize things just to eat the money and justify the money that they're eating. Then you coming up with something called Operation Zero Children Street Selling. You don't
The money
you
will be
think you
down.
yeah, money will be inside. You thinking about coming with Operation Zero and school fees for disadvantaged children. You don't thinking about that, but only thing you come up with Operation Zero
You will be
and children
selling.
street,
You need to fight
bro.
for the good church.
It to that kind of a way, bro. Seriously, when I saw that thing, I'd be like, what going on? And you notice up to now, the children still selling on the street. That the question I asked on the page. How far are that initiative going right now? That the operation of zero street selling children. How far it going? Children
The
still selling on the
initiative not
street.
going anywhere. They're not going anywhere.
They just try
Because
for
firstly, there is money that's not put in the media for that program. They have to pay people to go in the community to do drama. Everything, all of the ideas, right? To make sure that we have zero speed selling is on paper. It's on paper, it's there because first you have to take the message to the people. There's budget set aside. I believe the money is already there. The money gone. But you never see anybody in the street even telling you that, oh, take the child from the street, not going to sell. No,
and
no.
children stay selling on the street during school hour. Children stay selling on the street. Then they come in or they say they added a recent initiative to it calling it Operation Zero and children street selling. Seriously,
That's it.
why the
That's
people
it.
keep playing? Why the people keep playing with Liberian people?
I want to come and make my point of that. I don't know what
Yeah, before you come in, Blamo on the floor. Let's give Blamo the chance.
okay.
Blamo probably your network. Okay, Blamo, you can come in. Let Blamo network still give you problem. Phil, you can come in.
Are you there or your boy?
Yeah, you can go ahead. Blamo stay facing network problem.
All right. So the first thing is we should understand that that initiative zero and no street selling or say no street selling. Why it is good? Of course, the nomenclature is good. The program design is good on paper. It's good because kids, minors, they should not be on the street selling during school hours. That's good. The first problem here is the issue of implementation. Not just in this case, but in all of the cases. There are laws in Liberia that when it comes to implementing them, it is a serious problem. On the other side of the house, if you telling that child, okay, so let take for example, some of the children are brought in from the leeward counties. Some of the children are brought in from the leeward counties. I'm taking you to Monrovia to go to school. Okay, I'm taking you with your uncle, your aunties to go to school. And Morrison, if you can bear witness in the United States and other developed countries, they have something called, I don't know, social work or welfare, but there's a whole group set up for that. If you cannot cater to your child That child,
They will take the child. They will take the child from you.
of course. And that is what exactly every responsible government would do. Unlike the case of Liberia, I don't want to use the word that are responsible before maybe others see it, different. But the thing is, and just in real talk, we have to be responsible in taking care of our citizens. You cannot always say, oh, the future leaders, the future leaders. Yeah, we are future leaders. But what are you doing to protect the future? If you cannot protect the future right now, if you cannot protect the future now, if you cannot protect the future today, there will be no future tomorrow. So instead of them contributing in the future, their future will only be the age, but if they reach that age, they will turn to bad influence in society, they will turn to criminals, they will turn to, and that's the reason we find more and more commercial sex workers. We find more and more disadvantaged youth that we refer to as Zogos because, and not just the parents, but the government also has a part to play. So, if the parents can play their part, government play their own part, that will be better. So if each and every citizen take ownership, take responsibility, like this country, and if a child will perish today, if a child will become damaged, at the end of the day, the negative implication will fall down on society. All of us will be affected by that. So because of this, let me protect this child's future. Because if that child will be criminal tomorrow, the child will not decide who to steal from. They will steal from anybody. They will might harm anybody for anything. Now, coming to the point you raised about protecting orphanages. Morrison, just the other time, I think I forwarded the full list of orphanages, the girl orphanages in the counties to you.
Yeah.
You observe why it's true that we have more and more orphans, there are few orphanages. In some counties, there are just one. And taking into consideration the location, the size of the county, you have just one orphanage. Can that orphanage cater to over 100 or 200 or 300 kids? We say it's impossible. But again, the owners of the orphanages are doing their best. We will commend them every day, and this is where extended hands come in. Because extended hands now, through their Help and Orphans campaign, they have been giving back to orphanages and helping to renovate, to provide food, clothes, and other materials for orphans and orphanages. That is good. But while it's true that non-governmental organizations will come into beef the support of those orphanages and their partners, it is good. And I think there should be committees set up or an agency set up directly to cater and look after orphanages in Liberia. Because, Chea, you know, like, just as we visited Gabriel orphanage in Cape Mount, we went to the Peter, how you call it, Executive City King in Magidi. They will say the same thing, lack of support. If you travel from here and go to Grand Dassin, and River Says, and Mimba, and Bon counties, just every county you enter, you will find out that you have the same problem. So this is not just a day thing. No. The owners of those orphanages, they was not established to make money. That is something we should also get. The orphanages were established to help, to cater, with the hope that government will come in to assist. Why there is a ministry of gender and children social protection and the rest of it, but I believe in fact that area of gender, children, and social protection is just a nomenclature or just a name, it's just a nomenclature. But the real work is not being done. I don't even know whether they have adequate update or information documents on all of the orphanages, whether they visit them quarterly, whether they reach out to them. Okay, these are things you should be doing as a responsible government that say, okay, we are speaking out for the people, we are looking after the masses, we are looking after the other privilege, because doing campaigns and other things. These are stories we hear, these are messages we hear, Amadu. These are things we listen to from politicians. Oh, we are here for the people. You are here for the people, but yet and still, you have the chance of protecting the future of those same people that you say you are there to represent and lead. But you are failing miserably into that. This is something that we've talked to the media, but still nothing is being done. It's like if I in Blamo, you talk just a wasting water on door back. The door there will not shake their body. If in Blamo say, oh, you only talk this for 2 weeks. So after 2 weeks, it's gone. Nothing will be done. And that's it. But again, especially politicians, the legislators, tomorrow they will come back to the same people, ask them, fool them, give them metrics, and ask them to vote. In fact, I just discussed with somebody today, and I said I think we should reach a point where the first thing they say yes, training, it is more. It's too plenty. We should call that in another either 4 or 3 years. That's the first thing. So if somebody will go there for half that number, they know that I'm here to work and I don't have enough time in my favor. I want to get re-election. So the work I'll do today will speak for me tomorrow. But take for example, a senator is elected for 9 years. If that man is just certificated as a senator, and then Morrison, your girlfriend gave birth or your wife gives birth, 9 years, and then I'm in re-election, 18 years. That child will be 18 years, do what I'm about 80 pounds. And even if you had the chance, you still go back for 12 There's no limit to that. So the culture is just there. Every time there is nothing being done, there is nothing being done to seek the welfare of the people, but they only care about themselves. They only care about what can I do that tomorrow if I leave power, I can be, financially stable. I can be to a level where I will not have to struggle. And that's the reason most of them, when they leave power after 4 or 5 years, you see them. You even doubt that they were in political offices. You doubt that they represented people before. You doubt that they were playing with millions of dollars. Because the same thing they did to the ordinary people, to me, it's just a way of coming back to them. But I hope and pray that we as Gabriel will reach to a point where our representatives is elected for 6 years. But even in that time, we can impinge them. Now, there's now one history in our brother, our representative was impeached. So once I'm elected for my 6 years, I'm relaxed. I can do whatever I want to do in my 6 years. In fact, I can just get sick with malaria today. I go to America and later the government will go pay me. The horse losing red for leave, for medical leave. So after 1 month, I read again for another one. After another time, I read again for another time. Okay, my 6 years finished. They keep paying me. The people now, they will not see me. I'm not representing them. I'm not doing anything. Mind you, I know I'm taking enough time to lay my own analysis. I hope you guys will give me the time. Mind you, the area, the orphanages are residing. They are districts. They are into build districts. They are into build counties. Those districts they are in, they have lawmakers, that is representatives. The counties, they are senators. And it will surprise you if you ask, because most often we ask, have you reached out to the lawmaker? We say, oh, we have reached out about nothing. And of course, the owners reach out for help, but nothing will be done because they feel like, oh, I'm already in power for 6 years or 9 years. Even if I cause man cause any kind of way, and I do a business for it, I'm there. So that's the mentality. So until we as Liberians, I don't want to blame, in fact, others for anything that we go through. If we as Liberians start to take ownership, now those people we give them jobs, we put them into power. And we reach to a point where we start, if you are elected for 6 years, for example, and then after 1 year, you cannot deliver what your promises made. Most of them, they have 100 days deliverables and they cannot even deliver adequately. So we say, okay, in 1 year, we impeach you, we'll solicit 20,000 signatures to impeach you. And if a person is set on one lawmaker, just one, trust me, you'll see a different trend. Lawmakers now will be serious. the issue of the people that will take it to be serious is not about you coming to spend money. No. Orphanages or other citizens going for help, they're not asking lawmakers, say, give me your personal money from their pocket because they're not openly creating avenues. That's the reason they are spending their own personal money from their pocket. But they do not have to spend it. They can loan it. That's the reason you have to use the oversight responsibility. You can go as solicit support for them. Appeal to national government to include some of these things in a budget, to increase the budget of the Ministry of Gender. That would be other experience to the orphanages. With that, it will be your work. The growth will still come back to you. They're not saying you should get your own salary, but because our lawmakers are lazy, most of them they don't have the idea. They only I tell you lawmakers because the thing is a money making area, so they go there. So because of that, they will start to take their own money from their salary to handle some things. And at the end of the day, they'll say the money they pay me is not enough because I have to take care of this, I have to take care of that. Let's ask you to use your salary to do a thing. You have the power. Use the power. I will stop them, Morrison. This thing is very becoming unbecoming. And if we just keep talking, trust me, nothing will be done. It is until we start to take actions.
Yeah,
Actions.
so Phil,
Actions are, that's the
Phil,
only
what
way.
Phil, what I understand from the entire thing is, I noticed our country they like for people to put tension on them. You see,
That's
the military,
it.
yeah, the level put a potential on them. So the listing I'm seeing here, there are a lot of orphanage home that I'm seeing here where Nima County get almost 7 orphanage home, Bon County get 9 orphanage home, and Grand Basso having 5 orphanage home, and not 5 but 7 orphanage home, bombing, 3 orphanage home, Mangiwi, 8 orphanage home, Maserado, 8 orphanage home, bro. If all of these orphanage home can, the head of this orphanage home can put together and do a peaceful march to call the attention of these people, bro, it will make a lot of sense. Because the people just forget, they forget about the people completely. Can you imagine? General Ministry get that later Daniel. Little Daniel to the Global Children Orphanage Home. Daniel, I think 3 months old, they get Daniel to the Global Children Orphanage Home. Now, Daniel is 5 years old. Since they get Daniel to that orphanage home, they have never contributed a dime to that
When I tell
to the bringing up of that child. They have never. Can you imagine from 3 months old, you get child to orphanage home. The child is 5 years old now. Oh, damn. Ministry of Gender have never contributed to that orphanage home in terms of taking care of the children.
Many of the orphanages that they don't want to carry children there. And the government
Yeah,
can't put the children
I didn't want to carry children there. So
they will
it's too
take.
frustrating, bro. It's too
So
frustrating.
Yeah,
the orphanages are assisting government. They are assisting government. They're not just doing it that way, a few half for
Then now
humanity.
the
They are
the,
assisting
the, the
government.
frustrating part of it, the frustrating part is they see orphanage home, they finding it difficult to educate their children. So they have to create means to open school in the orphanage home, at least so that the children can learn because they ain't want to send the children outside the orphanage home to private school to go learn. Then
They will be
the government can even look in that direction to say, oh yes, let's try to support these people then in it means because they finding means for the children to go to school. Bro,
But you see,
yeah. So, guys,
you recommend that government set in because why it takes because once that kind of the owners of the various orphanages can say, okay, let's establish this institution to help. I think government should even be able to say, okay, we'll set in instructors for all of the levels, then we will pay them. But again, how will government do that? Well, even the ones that are teaching at various government institutions, they cry for salary every day. Then you go to there and say, go teach the orphan school. So you understand the problem? But again, that's what I
yeah,
said. Every
guys.
that
government,
that would that would that
in
would take
the
Blamo
country,
Sumo. That would take Blamo Sumo. Yeah, Blamo coming.
Yeah. I've been having internet issues, so I have to change my location. But then, and from what I've made this conversation, I believe that we are at a point where we have now recognized that the issue that organizations are faced with when it comes to and children educations who are there is about finance, right? Because if finance is giving, or if they are giving finances to these organizations and they are mismanaging the finance, then we can talk about management issue. So now the issue here is finance. right? And it's a responsibility of the government, as my brother just said, responsibility of the government, right, to get involved of children who and have parents are adult pass or are not able to send their children to school, right? So in the case of the orphanages, as first I want to say thanks to those who have actually taken as a responsibility, take the government responsibility as their own. Those humanitarian organizations and individuals who have taken the government responsibility, because it is the responsibility of the government to be able to take care of those children or those people who and do not have their parents in the position to do so. But notwithstanding, as we have seen it, it's not that way. It is not that way, and it's not that way in many sectors. And it is not this way because we as citizens, we are not pushing to make it this way, right? Because this is a country of democracy, right? And democracy is the voices of the people, where the people have the power to put people into positions to run, to do things on their behalf, right? But in the case, there are a lot of things that are not happening, including this issue on discussion, the issue of orphanages and not having ample and teachers, or not having schools. Just imagine operational schools. So what I think as a solution to this issue, which is very difficult because these politicians often get among us and divide our ideas, like the way we usually say, we from Africa, we say that the reason why the West do not want us to be independent, do not want us to have resources here, we have other things here, but the West do not want us to be independent on our own, because when we are independent, we'll be strong. So it is the same way that those politicians to also get into the way of us being as independent body, as a group, as people who give power to them, right? So what I think here is each of the funeral of this sorry, each of the orphanages are in our rural counties, right? Like Morrison was just naming, and the ones that are in, the number of ones that are in, and Nima in other counties, right? So and if these people who are controlling these orphanages, or even us, others and like-minded individuals, people who have recognized this issue and wants to have to put some solve this issue. Get in contact with these funeral homes, and sorry, what other kind of funeral homes when they get in contact with these orphanages homes, right? Talk to these people who are leading these orphanages homes, right? Join hands with them, talk with their leaders, their leaders who are what's the responsibility, representative, or and the senators, right? Hear from them, bring a proposal to them, and then if they cannot get into the interest of the masses, get into the interest of the people, get into the interest of those that it should be and happy, then that would be that a bigger protest can be staged, right? A bigger protest can be staged. Well, some of these little kids that are in the various orphanages will be a part of that protest, because in Liberia, if you just sit and pull your hands and complain on the radio, complain on the television, or complain whatever
Nothing
place
will
that you
work
have to
out.
complain,
Nothing will
nothing will come from there.
Nothing will come
Nothing
out
will
of
come from
it.
there. Nothing.
Put all the children in
Right?
outside.
Nothing.
Put all the children outside. Put them on the
Yes.
street. Then the
Nothing.
government take
Yes.
responsibility.
That,
Then they will
that
come to
government
that
takes
say,
responsibility of them. Right?
yeah, they will come
Seriously.
to
And
that say, put
the
all the
government
children
are
on
the
the
one who are
street.
responsible. Seriously. They're so bad. And these people, they are growing up and they will come back and they will come into the larger society. Some will come on skill, some will come uneducated, some will come like knowing nothing, and what will left for
Look at the
them
places the
is to
children
get into
sleeping.
other issues.
Look at the
Yeah.
places the children sleeping. Look at the places the children sleeping. Eh?
Seriously, my
They
brother.
have it. They have it
Seriously.
that children are sleeping in Google places there. Look at it. Look at the sleeping place. Look at the place,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
And
Blamo.
they put a
Like
and they put a they get people there like a vote though. The vote is worth it though. Like
Yeah,
still one vote though. Even though that this is a good place.
yeah, yeah. Blamo, so
yeah, my yeah.
Blamo, I side with you on what you said,
Yes,
right?
sir.
I don't care how we announce it on the radio, on various platform, on the internet, XYZ, bro. The people will not do the needful thing. What we need to do, what the Liberian people need to do. I'm saying this to all of the orphanage home here in Liberia. You guys should stand on your feet. The same way the people can go stand and protest and say for rape, you get your right to go protest. Tender ministry should to look after you. Seriously, the same way the people can march on the streets and say no to drugs. say no to
Nation
Georgia.
of orphan protest.
Yeah, say no to Georgia. You get the right to go to do a nationwide orphan protest so the government can find reason to look into your cases too. You can be there doing and spending your own resources. Then they're sending children, they're sending children to your orphanage home, and they're abandoning the children with your. They can't do nothing. They're receiving the money instead of them disbursing the money to you. Then they're using it on a personal interest. Bro, can you imagine? But then in our general ministry, somebody you follow that track record, they get a petty non-profit organization. They just pump the money in their own personal thing for their own use, forgetting about all of non-profit organizations that are pushing hard to make sure that these organizations or these disadvantaged children get the necessary support they deserve. They are not getting these funds. Bro, it's crazy. I'm not sure, like you said. We will share this message, we'll continue to preach on this message to all orphanage home here in Liberia. You guys have the right to stage a nationwide orphan protest. Put all the children outside, let the children march on the principal school of Morrison straight to the Capitol building and make sure that you're saying in your petition. Like time you see some of them that will start wearing t-shirts say they in solidarity with the orphanage home. Crazy set of people in our country there. Seriously. Crazy set of people. At the end of the work, they say the insolidarity. When you come over here, then they say the insolidarity. What they want. Why would you treat their children like this? How would you treat their children like this, bro? If they deserve this, they choose to be in a condition. No, they choose to be in a condition. They having a children there. Somebody they look at Peter W. Second orphanage home. They representative or the senator in a man give place there. Every time he will pass in a place there, bro, that make it even stop to say, oh yeah, let me walk in my constituency and see what challenges people face where they can't do it. Then at the end they come back, bro. Let's say so, right? You see, sometimes we Liberians as a whole, I'm not sure. We need to get our mind from the too much partisan loyalty. The partisan loyalty that is killing us. You see, like you said, when you're talking about representative or senator going for 9 years, I can remember they had referendum, right? Where former president we are saying they should reduce the presidency to 5 years. The people because of partisanship or so the person say, I'm loyal to my party because that CDC or that Unity Party, they went to that place and blind their eyes on that. Amadu, can you imagine that? That the place that gave what Amadu applied.
Yeah. That's the play I question our educations during our time. There are people going to intellectual forum at Taisha if any attempt to reduce this, meaning that the president in power can go for 3 terms. You don't believe people are saying that? People are saying that. So that's people.
Now, what you should they go whether the referendum for them.
They move for their time.
They run again 3 times. That's one of those people. Not many people can do between the line in this country. Forget about the education. There are some people common sense issues. There are some people in this country, all of the education they're reaching is something that would cost us. When it comes to discuss some issue, you'll be like, this guy's go to school actually? Because his thought is so different. You'll be like, when you were there, what did you say? Man, you this thing with me to tell you say, why you wanna talk about protest? Ever say for often, why are you talking it now? There is not we have some fraternity.
I mean, the propaganda too much. Bro, look at the analysis Aloysius brought in. If for senator now you get your child, the day your child born like day that senator go in power, you mean the 9 year your child will be 9 years old. If the man go for 2 10, your child will be about 18 years. 18 years. Can you imagine that? The man said that let's reduce this standing to so and so number that bring people go to the pool. They go to that ballet bars. They say no. Brother, my man, I gave all that there. Say the people claim they know too much book in our country that is suffering us.
Exactly. Now what can you so that we are the cause of our own problems. We are the real cause of our own problems. And we rather say that and some of the things. Some of the same issues we are going through, and it's because of us. Some of the decisions we take, some of the things we decide to do. That's the reason we are going through what we are going through. But again,
you look at somebody, and also you say $500 US to register for representative. Bro, for country representative, Then you say that the
I
person
go and get my farmer.
you get five
I
or you
get
go
it.
register for rabbit. Amadu,
Yeah,
what
oh
sense it
well.
made, bro? Let's be honest. What sense it made? In a Western way, they say the poke yeah, say somebody to come run say you won't be the person. Under no condition. They have to follow your trial record. They have to know the kind of backing that you get. But you go look at someone on hungry man, will go take loan to ask that bank, go take 500. I say I want to run as representative. Or because
And the law say you get your money.
yeah.
You gotta get any other form of education once you graduate from high school, right? You good to go.
The man can go stay in there after and just use a political jargons and all that stuff. His recitation that he practice throughout the year. He say about people. Then people
Good to
clap for
go.
yo, leader. Then you go pull that man in
That's
power.
the leader.
What you expect from that man, Amadu? What you expect from that man? The first thing that man think about how to settle himself.
So you
Of
say
course.
we are actually in private.
Family.
We are actually
Settle
in
his
private.
family. Bro.
Like a recent case happening, the rape case would get involved with that ministers, right? Our to intellectuals from the guy for like the man need to go to jail, this is the real procedures, and then you just want the man to go to jail because the man is a unity party person. That's the reason you people want the man to go to jail. I was like, wow. So what become of the people who don't have the connection? What become of the people who don't know anybody? When so an allegation against them, they will go straight to jail. Well, I question them. Well, arguing the law taking a course. It is now we know that the law can take a course because it involves certain group of people. Then you see the same Liberians, right, who are confronted with this issue of what and defend those things because they believe that the man is not lying. That is the problem we have here, right? We are not loyal to our country, we are loyal to people. We're not even loyal to party, we are loyal to people, certain group of people. Everybody protect their criminals, everybody protect their own, everybody believe in their own. That is our issue. Logically speaking, these things are happening.
Amadu, thank God you brought that up. I just want to give you guys update, even though we are discussing something else. I just want to provide update on that case that you talked about. So yesterday, every Tuesdays and Thursday, there's a regular press briefing at the Ministry of Information. So now today, the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police, Colonel Gabriel, addressed the press briefing, and he, among some of the things he talked about, was that case with former Deputy Minister Brian McGill and the girl that was raped. Now, according to him, because there have been civil society groups, there have been pressure from local and international groups calling for his arrest while the investigation is on. It was surprising to know that the police inspector general told journalists and Liberians, because the press conference normally it is followed by Liberians. You're busy
Yes,
can
sir.
carry live, so lot of people can be following as your phone. So he told us that during police investigation, they took the cell phone of um, the perpetrator, that is Brian McGill, and then they did a search. There is nothing there that was leading to the issue of rape. That was the first thing. And remember, on so many previous occasions, kind of common, even Deputy Minister Dana Sando, they have all said that uh, Brian McGill will be arrested, but it will be based on facts, based on what they acquire from the investigation before he can be arrested. And like you said, has not been a case in Liberia. Once the same thing happened here, where if you can record, Vanny Jesse that is critically ill today, you know that Vanny Jesse went to
Mhm.
Sobi,
Sure,
but they
sure.
say allegations of rape. He was
And
in
then when you
jail.
get kidnapped, then
When they say you do the thing, they pick you up, they put you over there for it, they will start going in the thing now. Come on, man. Okay, not you get answer. That's it. Just for recently, another one happened on the Bourgeois Island. I think where community dwellers themselves came in and police arrested that Ghanaian man in jail. What the investigation on?
And I stand know
Brian own
the
happened.
and I stand know for agriculture ministry.
Yes, Brian own happened before they got home. So
Yeah.
today now, the IG telling us say they check Brian phone, nothing there linking to like conversations like the men rape they get that one. Remember he said they did DNA first. Now he said, per the results, the machine they use, it malfunction, it gave problem. So the result is not guaranteed. So they are asking for support to do another testing. You are crazy people. You talking to? Wow,
That's
why will be
exactly.
playing with
They
God?
be talking to us and we that get no sense. Yeah, I don't understand it.
When I want the access, when I want the educated person, so you can get tell all the
Yeah.
other people anything.
You know,
Nobody will question you. What is that thing, man? So, Council Bongo, I think he has taken, the disheartening part of this thing. Another person, and I read about a serious argument with them. They say, oh, the children nowadays, they all of them will be beyond something like enrollment or laboratory that we call COPA. So, and the men again, even though she's under the age, but they were legally going out, not legally going out, but she consented to it every time they met, every time they went on, they agreed to it. So then I asked a simple question: what is the girl age? She's under 18. I said, what does the law in Liberia say? You couldn't answer me. What is the man age? Look at the age gap. These are things we should be looking at. These are things we should be observing. And
The nigga is
and is
14
that
years
oh
of age.
yeah?
14 years of age.
Phil, my man, that be honest, right? The citizen, we the Liberian need to stand up, Amadu. We the Liberian need to stand up. That the only way that country will move forward. Let's try to get our mindset from the Unity Party, the CDC. Let's try to get it off our mind and put Liberia first. That the only way Liberia will move forward. Other than that, bro, I won't lie to nobody because the mentality that we the Liberian people having, where you notice that the people already get the mindset that the entire country is green and blue. The entire country that green and blue. So based on that perception, that broken move forward. I don't want to lie
So
to you.
I can be thinking that just a minute girl.
Yeah,
To be
that
fair,
broken move forward. Just
there's
take
a
for
guy
example.
there,
Just
there's a
take for
guy
example,
get,
right?
get angry because he told you say the minister is gonna be arrested. The minister,
Yeah.
minister gonna be arrested. No, to the attack shall be like he angry and get there. Everybody, why? You got a man out government, the man be arrested. Then the guy was angry. I said you can see the guy, the anger in the guy was like, what is happening to the young man? The guy
So,
that get tearing the house. He get
gentlemen,
this was the guy
gentlemen,
being affected with these issues.
our responsibility on the platform is to advocate for the underprivileged people. So I think it is time for us to start sending singler out there too. Like we say on this on the podcast, and Aloysius, people can take it for record. I'm saying this: if it will cost for us to come up with a huge protest on behalf of the orphans, so the government can pay attention to the orphans, bro, we will stage that protest. These people deserve better. Because
True.
all these things that are going on, the blue and the green, that they children and suffering from it. They the one suffering from it. They ain't part of any blue and green family. All the all they know they are Liberians. All they
They
know they
just
are
want a
Liberian,
better.
but
They
yeah,
just want.
they
They
just
just want a better life.
they just want a better
They
life. They the
don't.
one suffering.
They just
They the
want a
one
better
suffering
life.
from it.
No safe drinking water.
They
No
the
health
one
care
suffering
for
from it.
them. No electricity for them. What
And
kind of
also,
life you think they are living?
if it will cost us to pay for airtime to move from radio station to radio station on this identical one, Alonso, we're waiting for it.
Definitely.
Seriously,
Definitely.
we're waiting for it. Let me be honest with you. I'm very serious about it. If it cost for us to move from radio station to radio station, we will do it. And right after the live broadcast, we will try to we'll try to have a plan meeting to see how best we can come up with a plan for that. Let's be honest. So I want to hear from you, Alonso, because you are the key communication strategy for the podcast. You are the host for the podcast, and on the humanitarian aspect for non-profit organization, extended hands like you are the communication strategy. So I want to hear you. What would be your say in today's identical issues that I'm bringing out on this podcast? And bro, I want to be serious with you guys. I'm very serious. I'm mad in my spirit right now. I won't lie to you. Your mind is on mute.
Yeah. So of course it's a good idea, and the only recommendation I can give is that we should try to contact like we've been going around already. We've been speaking with, and we have contacts from various the owners of orphanages. So why it's true that in our own way we can maybe come out to say we want to lead the initiative, but again, interest can be given when the real people that are suffering the consequences, like you mentioned, bringing out the 150 orphans in the street. So in doing so, we have to get all hands on deck. The idea is welcoming because you're like, bro, we are more like turtles. If the fire is not placed on the back, when I walk, when I walk. So fire has to be placed on the back. So in order for that to be done, consultation has to go on with the owners of their orphanages across those we can reach out to. And I know they will buy the idea because it is beneficial to them, not us. We only want to, we only want to help assist in creating that avenue. So we want to do that. This is the plan. This is the plan. How do you guys say we want you on board? Start to build, we start to do consultation first. Consult with them, get them on board, and then we try to go through the rest of the process where we organize a date and reach out to any other person I want to reach out to. So I think that's the way to go.
All right, so I just go through the list for all the various orphanage home and the contact number and other stuff. So we'll try to work on that, Amadu. I will give you that responsibility. Try to put some money on the sinker. Try to call the number of them one at a time and give them the information. If we'll create a chat room for them, if those are be interesting, we tell them that we'll create a chat room for them. We'll create it and then we'll move out. But bro, I'm very very serious because these children are suffering these children are suffering from the people wicked act that they're going through. They just benefiting themselves. Bro, when I see the kind of a when I see the kind of a picture and people send it to me, bro, it just break me down seriously. Why people just passing down there in the name of CDC and United Party, forget about the masses, forget about the children them who don't have nobody they depending on. Amadu, we are the scrum man I can wake up in the morning, go hustle or back home. We get turn around. It used to be difficult. Why more about the children, Amadu? We just stop one place.
Yeah, sure. Guys, we all are right. We got to keep talking. One of the things I'm kind of thinking on in this country, I remember when doing Maraseli term, right? Maybe the first and second term, there were too many civil society grouping, precious groups in Liberia, different advocacy group in our country who was vehicles talking every day, making their efforts in our verses here. Many of these institutions now we no longer see them. I don't know what is happening in Liberia. Many of these civil society groups no longer see them. All of them gone. I don't know. Many of them are taking jobs, governments, or maybe they are tired. But then if you say you are an advocate, your advocacy should not only be telling the ministers or the presidents or who other people just to come by and serve. You should be able to provide recommendations. You should be able to go to the people who are struggling with the people you want to fight on their behalf. You don't have to leave them beyond before you fight for them. You have to incorporate them, ask them questions, making sure you want to know what is going on with them. Before you advocate for somebody that know what is going on with them, we need to go from one place to another, one community to another. The only thing that's happening to Liberian is we just need to change our mind. Like one of our Liberian former ministers need to say, change your mind and attitude. And yeah, most often for me, I want one person need to tell people who need to listen and saying he's not practical what he's saying. Because when I say you're not practical what you're saying, because not everybody listens to the radio. How can you go to the community and ask the people to change their mind and their attitude? Because those are things that gotta be changed. Before you fight for somebody, the person should be able to fight for themselves. Yes, we will see how best we can get this number, see how best we can text them according, making these recommendations. Then they had to be willing. Mind you, many of these people in these family homes hold one thing at their heart, it's the whole party loyalty and other stuff. Some of them, in fact, some of them when you go to them, they will tell you that, that's how the people can hold them. We are time, we're good, and you need to bring up food, they will lie. Bogota and get food because they feel that they are not part of Boca. They feel they are not part of we are. So entirely, before we change this country, we ourselves have to change. The people who are lawmakers, those people to take them from there is very easy. Like Aloysius said, to really impeach a lawmaker in this country, we have to be willing to do it. I mean, the president go and tell somebody that this lawmaker is not doing well, let's try to impeach him. Man, we made him on a time pass me. A time when people are there, what do you do?
I
And
saying
then
that.
time finish.
Let him time finish.
Educated
Let him time finish.
ain't seen it?
And I didn't want to be staying there. I didn't want to be staying there. I start talking that kind of nonsense there. Let him time finish. Yeah.
So what is precedent? Where is the precedents we can set in this country that will make our leaders afraid that if we do this will happen? No precedent we can set. Just come out today, tell people say you go community and make sure you get 10,000 signatures in the lawmaker. If everybody, including beginning from your boss, not honor my age, then Amadu. They will honor my age. They stop. Don't do it. Why are you thinking? I'm gonna get money.
I always ask you the question. I always ask you, Aloysius, the question. What are things that Liberia can really boast of? Yes, some country they can say, oh yes, our country in terms of electricity, it kind of a day where it comes to the educational sector, okay, this and that, but for Liberia, no example like you can say, oh, they say okay. Everything like that mess.
So I see somebody will tell you, say, oh, Liberia going to be telling from the current era, the current table, do you feel like it's not for the electricity?
See, like, they score all the everything I don't legal and I say, well, what I have here was on. Everything I don't say, well, right?
Yeah. Man, so bro,
Yep.
we'll keep talking. The less privileged are our interests. So we'll keep talking on this and we'll not relent. We're about to take another approach on this matter. So we had a humanity conversation. Our voice must be here. These children don't have any other person to talk for them. There are a lot of people that are in the position that can speak on behalf of these children, but they see it not necessary, so they don't care because they feel that it's not politics. They are not something they will go still to say, I will say, so they don't care about it. So since we have taken this journey, gentlemen, it is our responsibility to embark on this journey, and we'll make sure one way or the other through this platform for the people voice to be here. And the time coming. Yeah, the time coming. Trust me. Yeah, so gentlemen, we are wrapping up. Time is our greater enemy. We're having roughly about 6 more minutes to join the curtain for today's edition. So at least we have said it all, and we will continue to talk. Next week Tuesday, we'll be coming back here again. I think next week Tuesday, we'll start looking into the Josh issue, but we'll discuss that beyond closed door and see which on the topic we can come up with for us to talk, because since in the August 7th protest, we talking that we're going to come back here based on the approach from the government or how things are going. We're going to come back here, so we'll still discuss that issue here since the August 7th, or 2 months now, 2 months plus now. So what are things that the government doing in terms of a speedy trial? Because they said it's a speedy trial. You be able to catch you, they're going to do speedy trial on the day of the protest. And there were the case that they arrested to Bo Waterside, a popular Liberian musician Alonso. The public didn't know anything about that case up to now, no update. The lady they caught with the drugs from the airport up to now, no update, nothing. It just uncover. So we will start talking on some of these things, bro. So gentlemen, that's it. So thanks you guys so much for always sticking. Let me just get your parting comment. We'll start with Aloysius because probably he stayed to work.
Yeah. Thank you again. I'm always grateful to be on a platform where we can amplify our voices on speaking on issues that are affecting the ordinary people. Because tomorrow, these are things that people remember you for. These are things that history remember you for. It is not about what you do, or it is not about what are things you achieve or you have for yourself. But who are those that you help when even in fact you think that they cannot help you in return? And this is where we come to help people. We have to talk for them. We have to change some policies for them because we know that in their own mind, in their own self, they cannot help us, but we help them to make them better citizens for society. So we'll keep talking. Like I said, this is our job. This is what we have to do, to keep talking. We will keep talking to show that life will become a better place for all of us, because this country is for all of us, not just a certain group of people. The time of the elites are over, so we are all the same. So I mean, the country should be able to, be for everybody. Everybody should have the same opportunity that a certain group of people have. So we'll keep talking until we reach that level, and I hope we'll reach that level in the soonest time. My name is Aloysius. It was good to be here today, and thank you again, gentlemen, and I hope to be back.
All right, thank you so much, Alosha. Yeah, Amadu.
Yeah, so quickly, I would like to say thanks to our followers. I'm more interested in people because I believe that once you follow our shoes, you share, and your own follower going to see it. And if nothing is interested to you as young persons, as Liberian, as any other person in that country, this should be something you should have interest in. We're talking about orphans. We're talking about people that is struggling to take this initiative, to take these steps, to talk on their behalf. You need to be part of this process. You need to share this. Let our people be able to see reasons. If you want us to come on this platform to praise a political party, we will not do it. If they go wrong, we will criticize them. We're interested in criticizing them. We are not here to recommend to them to become a better political party. No. We are not here interested in that. What we're interested in is the livelihood of the people. We Liberians, myself, what do you say I'm living a better life? Even though I'm grateful to God, but that is not a life right now. I don't have the safe drinking water you think I should be having. I don't have the stable electricity. I don't have good road connectivities. There's nothing to boast on, like Morrison always said. There's anything in this country that we can say, yes, Liberia is done with road? No. There's anything in this country you say Liberia is done with safe drinking water? No. Electricity? No. Even the most rather, not everywhere get electricity. And electricity we have on Dassin can be worried. This is old age problem. Liberia is 200 plus years, a country where they're 50 years going to the first world different. And we are looking at making it look like when you owe nothing going to happen in your life. Not true. Now, if you owe more to happen in your life than a young group. But there's Liberia. And I want to say this to everybody. We'll come back here again to talk about this. Too many things to talk about, but no time. Number thanks to our audience and thanks for sticking around. It was great being here today. My name is Amadu Morrison, and I'm always grateful to be here.
Ah. All right, thank you so much, my dear brother Amadu. Thank you for always sticking with the humanity conversation. So, like, keep talking, we'll keep talking, we'll keep talking, we'll keep talking until one day, our voice will be heard through this platform. There will be recommendation from people through the platform. People voices will be heard, and we will not stop for the step that we're about to take. The first step we're about to take, we're going to go through that approach with our mind and our strength. So that's how we would like to join the curtain for today's edition. If you just joining, my name is Morrison Dassin Jr., and this is the Humanity Conversation. The Humanity Conversation is a podcast that highlights major human interest stories and development in Liberia and other part of the world.
Now we can see it. No good sector poor. Now anything that can just kind of both those. Then politicians stay giving us empty promises. What happened now?
Who to just?
So we'd like to say thanks to all of our amazing followers who've been following us up to present. So we appreciate you for always sticking with us. We would like to see you tomorrow again, same time, same place, and same hour. So thank you so much for joining. Bye-bye from our end.
Who to just? In fact, who rather lay in a complaint to? They will listen to what they in power. After election time, people know how important. After election, we thought they say we are Muslim minority.
Yeah. They say the evil a man does live after him, but the good is often tear with his boot. So let it be with Caesar. And what for Clipper? If for Clipper, my people tired suffering.